ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today I'm going to work on a problem that's driving me crazy for the last 5 years, and I just never got around to doing anything about it. So what I've got is when I fertilize my yard, I use a little trailer in the mower, and it works pretty good. But the problem is turning the feed on and off on the trailer. You have to reach back while you're driving, and you don't want to stop and do it because it'll keep dumping fertilizer out right there. So I came up with a way that I think will fix that for us. So let's head into the shop and do a little bit of trailer surgery. So you see the problem I've got is this. This closes the little chute by pushing a little door closed. Then it opens here. And I just can't reach this in any way when I'm riding the mower. So what I want to do is modify this to come up with a way to attach a cable here. And we'll get rid of the spring and find a different way to make it close. I think I've got an idea, maybe put a spring up here in this part. So let's get to work on it. So I suppose first thing we'll do is drill a hole here for a place to attach our cable. So we're going to need to attach a cable to this. And I'm thinking I'll make a little bracket here to run the cable. I've already gone and put together this 1/2-inch PVC pipe and a standard issue bicycle handle. So this will give me something I can hang on to when I'm sitting on the mower. And with this attached to the trailer at the other end, I can continue to pay attention forwards and run along and do it. That was more work than I thought it would be. So what we're going to do now is loop the cable through here, and we'll just attach it to itself. We're trying to keep this as simple as possible. And once we reverse the spring, it'll sit down here. And we'll pick our mounting point for this to make sure the spring's nice and tight. Okay, the next thing we'll do is take the springs apart. Metal shavings. Delicious. That's on there to stay. Let's go to plan B with that one. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this apart and re-engineer it. There we go. Go ahead and pull the spring off. Oh, that was easy. Spring pulls itself off once you take the retainer. And we've got a second bolt here holding this. So now what we need to do is work out a way for this to stay down rather than up. We need to put a reverse spring on it. Okay, now I've got a little homemade wire holder, which will hold this cable in place. And we're going to go ahead and bolt it in right here. I've already poked a hole in this and measured this off. So we're going to go ahead and poke a hole in the little frame now. I did this in a manner where it's going to clear everything and nothing's going to be in the way in case I ever decide to go back to original. And I want to maintain this little stop because it'll still be useful, so I won't open the gate too wide. Okay, there we go. So I've got a little nut with a little washer on it. Let's go ahead and put that on. I'm going to put a lock nut on the other side, or a lock washer rather, on the other side to keep it nice and tight. My hole's a little bit, just the tiniest bit too small. That should probably do it. Tried to go as close to the size of the bolt as I could so that I don't have to worry about free play later. Whoops. Come back here, you. And I figured when I started this, the worst thing I'd do is wreck a spreader. And I didn't like the way it worked already. And as we mentioned before, if something's broken, you're not going to break it more. And with the lock washer, that holds that in place nicely. So now let's thread our cable through. And we'll push this into place. There it goes. And this is looking pretty promising. Put it halfway through our ferrule. Now this is one of the important parts. We're going to want to bend this as much as we can to take the slack out of it, so that over time, when it does bend, it won't change our adjustment. But we've got an adjustment on this end for when that happens. That's part of the reason we chose the bicycle parts, because it has an adjustable end. Okay, this is a little bit fiddly, but there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Now try to choose the right amount of slack. We don't have a ferrule bending tool, but we've got something close enough. Well, that took a little bit of work, and I went ahead and turned the camera off when I was working on the spring, because I had a feeling that was going to be just a complete pain in the neck, and I didn't want to subject you guys to 5 minutes of curse words. But I drilled the holes and hooked the spring on, and it worked the first try. And it returns it quite nicely because it's just enough pressure. I used a 1 pound spring that I got from Lowe's. This I made. You'd have to make your own way to attach the cable, but you could buy a clamp for that pretty easy. And we removed the bottom spring here. So the bottom spring is replaced with this spring. And now, rather than having to look over our shoulder, it works fine. So let's go put it on the mower and see how it feels. Now when I run around, no problem. You can see the lever operating to show that it's working correctly. And I might have to work out the ergonomics of this and how I hold it. But it'll, when you're riding, it's going to be mostly going like this and driving along. When you get to the driveway, let go of it, cross the driveway, pull the lever again. So we just made this a little bit safer and a little bit more entertaining to work with. Well, I appreciate you watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.